62 of Speak On It. We are back. We had a little bit of a hiatus. West Coast D Mix was making his return. How was your trip?
Hey, brother, let me tell you something about a cross country drive. You lose all reality. You like I got to like day 4 and I thought it was Monday and it was Thursday.
Oh God.
Because you're just seeing road. You know what I'm saying? It's your sense of time is a little off, but it was really cool stopping in the different cities, finding just doing something that each city was pretty known for. So the bourbon in Kentucky is like that. Kansas City, I would say Kansas City barbecue, it can rival anyone for best in the country. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. It can rival anyone.
What was your favorite place? Like what place was like, yeah, that was it?
City or food?
City.
Denver. Denver was pretty cool. Denver was way more cool than I thought it was. So now I got to go easier on the Nuggets and the Broncos fans. It was unfortunate because like 2 days after I was in Denver, they ended up winning the Stanley Cup. But like I was in Denver the game 5 in Denver, and they lost it. Vibes was the same that night. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. So I've been meaning to ask you this. I was waiting until we got on the show. How was Utah?
Oh man. Yo, Utah. Yo. Everything you think of Utah? Yeah. I will say this. It is very pretty there. Like scenery wise, oh, that's a beautiful state. People wise, yo, I may have seen one black person total.
So are you telling me Utah is that state?
Let me tell you something. If you were outside in Utah after about 9 p.m., good luck to you, my brother. Good luck to you. You can definitely tell there's a strong Mormon presence. Very strong Mormon presence. Especially
Not
when
that there's anything wrong with that.
Not there's anything wrong with that, but I will just say that sometimes we like to be in hotel lobbies and not see 2 kids jumping on some tables and another kid who looked like he could be the daddy, but he really about 19 years old. I'll be having a lot of kids. I'm gonna need y'all to just wrangle them up a little bit more. But shout out to my Utoians.
Yeah, Utoians, right.
Idaho. Let me tell you something. They are not missing any meals in Idaho, and maybe it's a meat and potato state, and maybe it's because they have fantastic potatoes, which they do. I had a loaded baked potato, 10 out of 10. It was fire. They don't miss any meals in Idaho, and that's all I'm gonna say about Idaho.
That sounds like my kind of city. Let's do some housekeeping before we talk. We have a packed show tonight. So as always, this show is brought to you by goingfor2.com. Head over to goingfor2.com for all your fantasy needs. Football is right around the corner. This is the last month until March 2023 that we will be absent of any kind of football. So head over to Going4Two. Get ready for your drafts. Everything that you need is there. Tonight we're going to talk about. God, how long has it been? It's been like 3 weeks, right?
No, it's been 2.
It's been 2? Yeah, you're right, because the finals had just started. So we're going to talk about the NBA finals, NBA free agency, the NHL finals, college football. We're going to talk about Drake. We're going to talk about Money in the Bank. I got some thoughts on Money in the Bank. Just a whole bunch of stuff we're talking about tonight. Shout out to the folks in the chat. Troy, what up? Jamie, thank you for joining us. Yes, we will talk about Drake. Bone Thugs and Harmony has an album?
I didn't know that. I saw that and I said, I might have to check that one out.
Okay.
He said he got the old school, it's fire, but it still got that old school sound. So
that's hard to do.
You might need to
D, let's get cracking. Let's get this thing going. It's been 2 weeks, and we want to show a little bit of love. While you and I were driving across the country, I was chilling. Golden State won their 4th championship in 8 years, and Steph finally got that Finals MVP, and it was well deserved. I don't think anyone's questioning this. In the same breath, Colorado Avalanche, we just talked about it. They won the Stanley Cup final over Tampa Bay, and that opportunity for a three-peat. What are your thoughts?
Start with the NBA, man. I ain't never seen no one like Wardell before. Can we start by saying that? I ain't never seen no one play the point guard position like that before. Like if Naismith said Magic Johnson is the ideal point guard, Steph Curry couldn't have been he had to have been one of the backup drafts, first backup draft, second backup draft. I ain't never seen nothing like Wardell before. He a bad man. Now, with that being said, I'm not the happiest that the Warriors won of all teams. As a Lakers fan, I'm looking at my in-state rival. Really, guys? But they were the best team. I mean, you could see it. I would probably say from when the playoffs really started. It was them and not Utah. It was them and Phoenix as probably the two best teams to probably win it all. You could just see from the beginning of the playoffs through that first series with what I believe was who was their opening series against? It was against
Boston had Brooklyn.
No, I'm talking about the Warriors had the Nets, not the Nuggets. The Nuggets, the Grizzlies, and then the Mavs.
I think so.
So yeah. I would just say that you could just see it from that first series onto the series with the Grizzlies, and then on obviously against the Western Conference Finals, they were clearly the best team in the playoffs. I think that championship pedigree that they had bestowed or had shown in 17 and 18 and 15 and even in 16 when they had lost to LeBron, that they have a really good chemistry together. Man, now you have to mention certain players, not just Steph, Clay, and Draymond with 4 rings. You have to put NBA champion in front of certain players now. Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole. You can't mention them without saying NBA champion now. Andrew Wiggins is an NBA champion. 4 years ago, no one would have said, Andrew Wiggins is going to be an NBA champion. We would have got you the fuck up out of here. In all honesty, Andrew Wiggins is a champion. Fuck out of here. He's an NBA champion, though. Shout out Andrew Wiggins.
And he about to get paid. And he is.
He about to get paid. Jordan Poole about to get paid if they don't get traded. But we'll talk about that later. But they about to get the bag. They are about to get the bag, and rightfully so. Kevon Looney, I see you taking the team-friendly deal to stay with the Warriors, which should say a lot about the Warriors and that organization, that players just continue to really want to play for that organization. They want to keep playing with Steph and Clay and Draymond as a nucleus, and they just know they're going to be in a position to win championships. Damn, Boston. I would have been a little bit happier seeing Jay Tatum and Jay Brown win one. But they'll be back. Hey man, we gotta. You know what? I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
We gotta what?
Let's just say some tributes we got to keep in house because they come back to bite us if things don't go our way.
Okay.
And I think you're picking up what I'm putting down
a little bit.
And I'm gonna hand it off to you off that. What are your thoughts?
I'm happy for Steph. He finally has the Finals MVP that he has been chasing since Andre Iguodala stole from him all the years ago. I'm a Draymond fan. He's been doing a lot for a guy average as Charles Barkley likes to say.
Hey, but you got to put 4-time champion next to Draymond's name. His impact was felt in other ways in the game. And you You saw that.
I mean, I'm not hating on him, but he's really like this whole new thing, and this is something like off script. Like this whole, there's no such thing as new media. Like he's just Charles Barkley in '96.
Oh man!
Like when Charles Barkley got to Turner, right? Like that was Charles' thing, right? Like he's just Barkley 20 years ago.
But
and now he just has a package.
His version of Barkley is the new media, so you can't hate on that.
There's not. If by new media he means players being more active like JJ Jefferson, I'm all for it. But he's talking about new media like I'm gonna bully you because you said he was gonna be bad. Like that's some hoe shit.
Hey, well, I think one thing that we need to understand and we need to remember about these Golden State Warriors is that they are petty and they hear.
Yes, they are.
And they remember. And they remember all of us who said Steph Curry, another chip, ha ha ha, after seeing Bron in his fourth. And now look at this. 2 years later, those sons of guns. They're at 4. You know, it's funny that Bron's 4 and Bron's all 4 of his, they looked hard. Steph's looks like all 4 of Steph's, it was like, yo, you were just beating the hell out of these teams. 3 times with LeBron's.
Let me ask you this question. And I hate doing this because I think a ring is a ring. Like I don't talk about bubble rings. Like, a ring is a ring.
A ring is a ring regardless. I was just saying that if you watch those championship runs and Steph's, you were saying, oh man, you guys are, these teams are butter. And y'all are a hot knife. And you watch Bronze, it was like, good Lord.
He is dragging people.
Yeah.
So which 4 rings are more impressive to you? Steph's dominance or LeBron's will?
I mean, when I think back, honestly, I'm gonna go with LeBron's because of, I mean, you think of some of his 4 have generated some of the most iconic memories, moments in NBA history. If you think about some of the roads, I mean, you think about, 2012, the 45-12 game, that's still referenced today. You think about, 2013, the Ray Allen shot. You think about 2016, the block, or the him and Kyrie Double 40-point games. Not to mention, we can't ever forget about the 3-1 comeback, and then obviously the bubble, not the ring inside the NBA bubble. I mean, that was just pure hoops. I don't know. I don't think people really understand that there was no distractions, no hoes, no city, no crowd. It was
there was hoes. Ask Jimmy Butler and Lou Williams. There was hoes.
Okay, we are not talking about Danielle House and the Houston Rockets and whatever people think Rachel Nichols and Jimmy Butler may have been doing. We are not referring to that. That is speculation, that is rumor. I'm talking about what we know. There's no promiscuous women. There was no drugs, no alcohol, no clubs, no crowds. It was just straight hoops. People think that shit is just sweet. No family, no nothing. It's just straight hoops.
Well, they allowed wives and girlfriends towards the end, right? Because Russell Westbrook was out there taunting Jason Tatum's family, right? Like on that Saturday game.
That's one of the more memorable moments of that finals run because Westbrook, he made one dunk, and then you look over to who he's yelling at, and it's just some kids who are playing. Even though I remember watching the game, he was yelling at somebody's relative, wasn't yelling at them kids, but it was like 2 scenes later they pan to the kids. So you just chop and edit that up, and now you got Westbrook yelling at some kids. Oh, brother.
Hilarious.
Yo, Bamchi in the chat says, is Draymond the luckiest guy in the NBA, or is he actually good? Bamchi, I'm going to need you to watch more hoops. Draymond is actually good. He's just not a volume scorer because he doesn't need to when you have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole as teammates.
1 second to talk about Bam McGee. Bam is actually my cousin Blake, and he got married on Friday. So congratulations to you and the missus. It was a beautiful ceremony. I had a lot of fun. Appreciate you. Congrats.
Congratulations.
of love and happiness.
Congratulations.
All right, let's talk about
put a little bit more sexiness in your congratulations, yo. You ain't putting enough sexiness.
I am not telling my cousin congratulations in my sexy voice because that just sounds wrong.
Man, put a little more pizzazz. Your cousin got married. You over here. It was a good ceremony. Nah, turn that thing up. Yo, we was in that bitch lit. That's what you need. Why am I?
But you know what? I was actually responsible. I did not drink at all because I had to drive home.
Look
so
at
I was
this. Yo, don't come to my wedding not drinking.
I had to drive home. I had to be responsible.
Man, yo, what are your thoughts on destination weddings?
I think it depends on your friend group, right? Like if you are around people who like to travel and can do that, yes. Also be prepared to be disappointed because a lot of people you invite will not come. So if you're looking for like a small, intimate wedding, yeah, go for it. But if you like me, I'm from the country. I have like 14 aunts. Like I can't do a destination wedding because they're not coming to that.
What if it's because what if you know someone who's like they are both from a country and they want to get married in this country? So
here's my thing about weddings. It is between you and your spouse. Like whatever y'all want to do it. You don't get married for the people around you. You get married for yourself. So if you two want to do a destination wedding, then do a destination wedding. If you want to get married,
come, right?
Right. If they come, they come. Pause.
Oh brother. Yo, get this guy out of here, yo. This is a wild bull.
But yeah, like whatever you and your partner want to do, like that's between y'all. And if the people come, they come, and if they don't, then they don't.
How highly do you look at the people who do make that trip? You realize you kind of rocks with them, right?
Yeah, but also know that do not expect a gift if I'm spending thousands of dollars to come to this destination wedding, right? Like a gift is the icing on the cake if we go there.
Honestly, I think a gift is overkill. Matter of fact, what you need to do is keep your travel receipts because if y'all two break up, hey, I'm gonna need some reimbursement. I got the receipts. You can at least pay for a meal or something.
I will say one of my homies got married on a cruise ship. Like it was a destination around the Caribbean, and it was a lot of fun. Like the wedding was real small. They gave us like they had like this comedy club, like the whole comedy club they rented out. We had the whole thing. Free drinks for an hour. Like it was pretty cool.
I kind of want to. I don't know. You know, I'm like.
You trying to tell us something? You're asking about weddings. Are you trying to tell us something?
Fuck no. Are you shitting me?
Okay.
Are you shitting me? Whoa. Nah. Only reason why I said that is because we got the conversation on weddings because it was your cousin's wedding. And he said, I like destination weddings.
I'm just asking. The people wanted to know. I'm just asking what the people want to know.
People, I'm letting y'all know right now. Ain't nobody getting married around here. Your cousin said your presence is not a gift. Hit up that registry. See?
Check that card I gave you.
Hit up that wedding location locally. So logistically, I can keep your wedding plan in my budget. No one told you to go get married out in Zimbabwe. What is we talking about? You don't even know.
Bam. Boy, check that card I gave you. I gave you a great gift.
Why black folks are always like that? Check that gift again. Nah, you remember that gift I gave you? Remember your mama used to do that? You remember that gift I gave you? Where that thing at? Man, I ain't even touched that thing.
It's over there in the corner. All that money I spent on. Yes.
Oh man. All right.
So where are you at next? NBA free agency. There were a lot of big deals. Is there any deal in particular that you want to talk about?
DeJounte Murray to the Hawks.
Yes, sir.
Spurs, I see y'all trying to tank for Victor Abinabomwe from France, and I apologize for butchering your name, Victor. I see what y'all are doing. I just wish y'all would have some shame while doing it.
Nope.
Because that was a nasty trade. Like, are y'all serious? Now look at that trade again and tell me they're dead ass.
They are dead ass.
I wanted Adam Silver I almost called Adam Silver my damn self.
Nope.
Like, yo, you're not about to let this go through, dog. Hey, press the button.
Hey, yo, anyway. David Stern rolling in. He about to raise up from the dead like the Undertaker. This league done gone to hell.
Nah, you know what? It's stuff like that makes me just say, hey, they could have figured out a way to trade Chris Paul and Kobe and put them on the same team.
Oh God, you Laker fans! So you want to know what happened during that trade? Because
we already talked about it. I know what happened. I know what happened. I'm just saying they could have.
Speaking who ain't had the power to speak.
I'm just saying they could have maybe figured out something. They figured, yo. Another thing, I am all for these young men and women getting their bread in the NBA and WNBA, and you like feed your families and build this generational wealth, all of you. With that being said, I need to know how some of y'all are getting these deals, and
you have someone in mind. Who are you referring to? I have a feeling I know who you're talking about.
And who do you think?
Is it a certain gentleman in DC? Because that's who I want to talk about.
You go ahead. I'm gonna let you handle it.
Okay, so we need to stop talking about Bradley Beal like he's some sort of Bradley Beal is picking the money. Perfectly, like we talk about Bradley.
Yo,
Beal,
Bradley.
He's getting $250 million. Bradley Beal is not a victim.
I don't get that either. People are like, give Bradley Beal some help. Yo, they put $250 million in front of him and asked him if he wanted to play basketball. I don't think any of y'all would be caring about winning a ring either, you dummies.
Hell no.
And another thing while we on it, people, and why I'm so for these players getting their generational wealth. Yo, some of these players, 70% of these players, they don't care about winning a ring. And I think the sooner some of you fans recognize this, your sports fandom will come to a little bit more firmer actual realization. You'll start coming to grips with some things. You'll have more fun with it when you realize some of these guys just want to get paid too. And if you don't believe me, then I want to ask you a question. Not you, Danny. I want to ask these people a question. Do you go to work every day for the betterment of your company? Like, do you go to work every day with the sole purpose of making sure that your company does better, even if you got paid or not? And if that's the case, then you are a better sports fan than me. You are the matter of fact, you should probably play sports because coaches would love you. Coaches would love you. But for the rest of us who go to work because we get paid for it, and because we get paid for it, we also want to see the company do well. We recognize that some of the money these young men are getting are generational. Yo, you go get that bag, and if you happen to win a ring while doing it, that's even better. Man, they put $250 million in front of Bradley Beal. Y'all thought a man's gonna walk? Yeah, all right. He walking his happy ass straight to the bank to cash it. Shout out Bradley Beal. I look forward to seeing your 35 to 45 wins a year, and my brother, I'm going to be cheering y'all on. Get your money.
Get your money. I do want to talk about two more deals, and the first one, Bam has talked about it. Zion. Zion is living the American dream, getting paid for potential without any production. That is the life I want.
Nah, because he does have the one All-Star. He made the All-Star year, not this year, last year.
And that's why he was eligible for the rookie. It wasn't the Supermax because he didn't get all the NBA, but he got like a rookie max because he made that All-Star team. Like he just had to do it for 4 months, and he got, what was it, 190?
He got 190.
The dream. And now next year he can demand a trade. Kids, get the money first, then demand a trade.
Wait,
and then,
what do you mean he's going to demand a trade?
mean, Zion doesn't want to be in New Orleans.
Yes, he does, man. Give him hope.
Okay.
It's funny because like we've talked about before, what they have in New Orleans, if Zion sat down and like dug in, they could be a really good team.
They could, especially with CJ and Brandon. And then the last thing I want to talk about, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Y'all gave up all that for the Frenchman, and for what? Dog, Karl Anthony Towns is going to turn into a shooting guard. Like now that he got to be in the post, Karl Anthony Towns got the greenest light.
He gonna be out there 3.
That man could be Kyle Korver. He gonna be
we're about to see. Cat, what are we gonna do? What is the NBA world gonna do when we're watching a primetime Minnesota Timberwolves game and Cat is in the corner waiting for the corner 3 while Ant-Man drives to the hole? Pause.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see elevated screen calls for Cat. I can't wait to see Cat running around screens on the baseline trying to get open. Dog, it's gonna be hilarious.
Some people are saying that their skill sets kind of offset each other because Cat is a very good offensive big man, but not a very good defensive one, and Rudy is a good defensive big man, but not a very good offensive one. So I guess my question is, how do you play these two players together and not get exposed? Because in my opinion, I look at this and I say, well, any team that's just going to play you is going to just go small, and that's going to force Rudy Gobert off the floor. Now you're putting Cat right back in the same position. Now everyone's wondering, why did we make this trade if the guy we gave up 9 assets for or whatever isn't even on the floor in critical playoff time? Exactly. To that, your thought is?
That's the same thought I had, right? Like you're gonna go small because Karl Anthony Towns is not gonna go in the post and punish you for playing small. You play 5 wide like the Mavericks did, and just play Rudy off the floor, and then Cat goes back to the 5 or to the 4, whatever. He'll go back to the 5, and then you're in the same spot you're in this year. It makes no sense to me, but that's Minnesota.
They gave up a lot for Rudy Gobert.
They gave a whole lot for Rudy Gobert, and whoever.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Because of what they gave up for Rudy Gobert, all I was going to say is that they made the asking price for Kevin Durant, if there really is one. If there actually is an asking price for Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, they have driven that market exponentially high. And for what? This is the NBA version of the Christian Kirk deal, in my humble opinion. Christian Kirk, I'm proud of you, dog. You may have caused a franchise-altering trade in Green Bay, but I'm proud of you, dog. Anyway, if you could get that for Rudy Gobert, what do you get for Kevin Durant? First off, the Nets are never going to get back that trade value. You're just never going to happen. You can send all the picks in the world. There's only one Kevin Durant. He's a bona fide bucket getter. So, and then this whole Kyrie thing. Okay. I don't think this is real, people. Like, what I think this is publicist games. And I think every time the Nets front office or management does something that KD or Kyrie, which I believe is maybe some of the headbutt tension here, I think they go to their publicists to publish something as if KD wants a trade. Do I believe KD asked for a trade? Yes. Do I believe KD actually wants to be traded? No. Do I believe Kyrie actually wants to leave Brooklyn? No. I think they want something. I think there's an objective and agenda that those two are trying to push, and they're trying to get the front office on, to see their vision. And I think the front office is trying to be a front office. It's a little too much and not wanting to listen to the players, not wanting to relinquish that control because they're a front office. And I think that's where you got a lot of this headbutt and rifting from. I think if this is about money, I think that's going to get figured out. I think there's a rift here between superstar players and front offices.
So you think Kyrie and Kevin Durant will be in net the entire season?
Yes.
Okay. I think Kyrie is going to be gone. I know people like, oh yeah, you should give Kevin Durant what he wants. Dog, I got him under contract for 4 years. What are you gonna do? Sit down? Nah, dog. You come in and you hooping, and we're gonna figure this thing out. Kyrie, yeah, I think Kyrie's gone. But
why is everyone thinking Kyrie's just gonna leave?
I mean, you think Kyrie's happy? The owner has called him out multiple times over the past couple of months. The owner got on TV and said, essentially, I'm paraphrasing, I'd rather have a team of people who want to be here and who want to be on the floor and win 40 games compared to having someone who's great, who's not available all the time and win, 50 games.
Well, what's the name? Joseph Sean Mark's the GM. Joseph Tsai.
Yeah, something Tsai.
He don't know what the hell he's talking about, man. Yo,
he has been very vocal about his view on the vaccine and how we think it's effective and how people should be vaccinated. Meanwhile, you're starting point guards like, nah, I'm gonna smoke some from the earth, and I'll take care of myself my own way. Like that's the risk.
Which is his right.
It is.
And the state of New York, they had mandates in place that because of his beliefs didn't allow him to work.
See, now at the same time, you can say Andrew Wiggins faced the same dilemma, got the shot, now he's a champion.
Andrew Wiggins decided to get that shot. That was his decision.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's his decision, but that's not a good look for Kyrie, right? Not to say that if he would have been vaccinated, the Nets would have won the championship. That's ludicrous.
I guess what I'm trying to say is like, who cares what type of look it is because it's his decision about what he should do with his body. And when it comes to his health, I mean, you can't. I guess my thing is you can't. We shouldn't get in the habit of trying to tell people health-wise what they should do. I think if this was if there was another situation which was causing him to miss games, let's just say.
Well, remember in 2020, he took 2 weeks off after George Floyd. After like the uprisings that summer. Like, remember, he took like 2 weeks off, and then there's time he took time off. I think this is the same incident. He was like, "Oh, I need some time to clear my mind." Next thing you know, he's at a birthday party, getting caught on camera partying.
Yo, first off, again, how that could be clear in his mind? We need to mind our fucking business for one. That's
not a good look. I know what you're saying, and I hear you, but you can't tell your employer, man, these uprisings, these police killings got me in a weird place, man. And then 2 nights later, you at the club popping bottles.
He wasn't popping bottles. He was at a family. It was a family or a close friend function. Like, I got to put my Kyrie cape on. This is ridiculous. He was at a family function. He was with family. He was probably already. It was probably an event that was probably already scheduled, and they're gonna, you know how those things go. You're not just gonna cancel the last minute.
I hear you.
So yeah, the optics wise, someone was being nosy, and but it's a family function for one. Two, I don't see it.
You can party, you can come to work. I can hear my father now.
But at work, there's a chance that you can catch this coronavirus, or no. It's not that he didn't want to work. Let's also not forget that he wanted to hoop. The state of New York said he couldn't.
Correct.
And health-wise, he did not want to put something in his body that there wasn't. He felt like wasn't enough research, not enough information out that made him comfortable enough. Which I think we can all respect that. Like,
yeah, so that's right. Like, he has the right to say, I don't want to put this in my body, but the consequence of that is you can't play in New York.
Yeah, and for the George Floyd thing, hey, I'm just gonna say you can't tell people how to grieve, and I'm just saying, like, you can't go in your boss's office tomorrow and be like, hey, the police killing black people
is like shaking my soul. Can I take some time off mentally? Yeah, that's fine. And then they catch you on IG, whether it's a family function or not, at a party. Like that's not a good look. And the court, like in the court of public opinion, like optics wise, like that's not a good look.
Yeah, the problem is the court of public opinion is starting to become the only court, and sometimes the court of public opinion doesn't have the right information. They just go by optics. You can make anything look like anything. But, another one. Do you think Russell Westbrook will be playing in LA next year for the Lakers?
Yes, because nobody wants that contract. Not yet. I think he might be more attractive at the trade deadline because it's an expiring contract. You might have some teams who are willing to take the salary down for some sort of asset. I don't know why Rob Pelinka is holding on to this 2027, 2029 first one. Was it 2029 or 2027?
I think it was 2027.
I don't know why he's holding on to this first round pick. Sure, LeBron's going to be gone in a couple of years, but you still have Anthony Davis. You are still the Lakers for whatever that's worth. Like people still want to play in LA. Like what are you talking about here? Like if that's what it takes. Like if Brooklyn's like, we'll take Russ if you give us. I mean, we'll take Russ and we'll give you Kyrie if you give us that first round pick. What the hell are we talking about, man? Like what are we talking about? I think waste another year of LeBron's twilight because you're too arrogant not to give them Kyrie. I mean, that first round pick.
I think what's going on here is I think Rob Pelinka is willing to come up off of this first round pick. I think that the problem is that the Nets are trying to offer Joe Harris, and the Lakers want Seth Curry.
I hear you, but are you really going to get him up off of that? Like, is that what's holding this up?
If the goal is to maximize these last 2-3 years maximum of LeBron's true greatness and be able to potentially win another championship, I think you would rather put more eggs in the Seth Curry basket than the Joe Harris basket, because I think everything that a Seth Curry can bring a little bit more than you do with Joe Harris, who's going to be coming off an injury. So I think
before Joe Harris got hurt, he was leading the league in 3-point percentage, right? Like that 1 year he went, like
in that league, is it not?
That's true.
And I think on top of I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
I will say this about the Rob Pelinka. I think Rob Pelinka is in the same position Daryl Morey was back in January. Like, I'm not coming off Ben Simmons until I get the deal I like. And it came in and beat Daryl in the ass.
Do you remember what oh man, that GM was saying? Was that Daryl Morey who was he was like, I'm just gonna take the deal that fits me? Like, I think that's what's gonna happen. If it happens with Kyrie, I think it's gonna come at a time when the Nets realize that the market for Kyrie is what it is. If they decide to shop him, I also think this could be an instance where this player may not be he may not be seriously being shopped. They may be taking offers to see who can come with the craziest offer, but I just don't see them moving in that direction.
So you think this is all a big smoke screen?
I think it's a big smoke screen in Brooklyn. I think the Lakers want to move Westbrook, but they can't, and I think they're trying to dangle the Westbrook-Kyrie trade. Banshee said Westbrook is a 78 overall in 2K. Yo, speaking of 2K, did you see that Jordan was the cover athlete for this year?
Jordan's been the cover athlete for like the past 5 years. I don't understand why this is special.
Someone sent it to me, and my first response was, not again. Oh Lord. And their response was, yo, I haven't bought a 2K in 5 years. I might buy this one. And I was like, this is how they get us. This is how they
Yeah, like Jordan was the cover athlete in like 2020. Like there was a whole Jordan game.
I think it was 2016.
It's recent. It's been like this isn't anything special. Jordan's been like he's gotten a cover every year, form or fashion.
No, not 2016. That was 2012. Yeah,
Okay, so
2012. And are they going to do the I wonder if they're going to do the Jordan the Jordan challenges again. Everyone was like, bring back the Jordan challenges.
That was dope. But what Jordan challenge can you bring? Like you gonna rewrite his career? Like go play baseball. Like is it gonna merge with MLB?
Man,
what free agency pickup? What agency signing will turn out to be sneaky good in your opinion?
There's been a few. Again, I go back to this DeJounte Murray and to the Hawks. I think it's going to be a sneaky good backcourt. I also think that Dante DiVincenzo to the Warriors might not be a bad signing. Again, the Warriors keep doing this. They keep doing this. I will also say this to whom it may concern, to anyone in this fan base. What the hell are the New York Knicks doing? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm so confused. If you're a fan of this team, take some personal time because you need Jesus. You are insane.
You didn't like Brunson signing?
I thought Brunson should have stayed in Dallas. I was one of those folks who think he should have stayed in Dallas. But again, they put $100 million in front of the man and asked him to play basketball. Mark Cuban wasn't trying to do that for anyone other than Luka Doncic.
Yep. I'm glad Jalen got his money. I'm sad to see him go, but that contract, I don't like if the Mavericks sign him to that deal, that's it. That's the team for the next 3 years. You can't do anything.
What does the team look like now?
So I'm a little I mean, it's no surprise that the Mavericks shit the bed when it comes to free agency because they always shit the bed in free agency. They do better with trades. I really wanted Miles Turner. I know they traded for Christian Wood. I wanted Miles Turner and Malcolm beside Luka. I thought that would have been perfect. But it didn't work out like that. I think this year they step back, right? Like Atlanta went to the Eastern Conference Finals, took a step back, and then they got DeJounte Murray. I think this year this Mavericks team is going to take a step back, like to the play-in, make the play-in, probably get bounced in the first round, and then you got to do something. You got to do something because you can't wait because Luka. You don't want Luka out here saying I want to get out of here.
You think if there was reports of Luka Doncic being disgruntled, Mark Cuban would go ahead at combo?
He better, because Luka's not Dirk. Like Dirk sat around and watched Mark do all that dumb shit for 5 years and they say nothing. I don't think Luka the same.
Yo, Luka might just tap him on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, boss."
Right, like we, and I hate to say this, right, because I'm a Maverick fan. Like we keep talking about the Lakers, like the universe always lines up. The Lakers have enough money to go and assets to go get some sort of disgruntled superstar. Like
Luka time in LA, La Luka. Oh, brother.
I cannot let that happen. Like I know you and Nico are trying to be strategic. Go find a superstar.
Well, you never know. The first Westbrook brick might have Rob Pelinka on the phone with every GM in the league, just trying to get a deal off. So,
and I say this in all seriousness. Go get Kevin Durant. Like you have to do something to show Luka that you're all in. Like they won't get Kevin, right? They don't have the facilities to go get Kevin Durant, but you need to show Luka that you would do whatever it takes to partner him with a superstar.
Yo, why you do this, man? Why you start with a free agent that you know you're not gonna get? So out there.
It is.
Why not just say Jordan? Y'all not getting Jordan. Y'all not getting Barkley. Y'all not getting Pippen. You're not getting Braun, Steph.
That you would do whatever it takes to get another star. Even going after a star you know you can't get, right? It's more so the work, showing Luka that you're
But you got to look at how your owner likes to spend money. Is he a big names, figure it out later with the roster guy, or is he a roster guy before he's a big name guy?
He thinks he's the former, but he's really the latter.
Then you got to be a little bit more realistic in your expectations for what free agency really means for your team.
But that's what Nico is for. Nico came over from Nike, like that is his job. Hey, Mark, you want to win? Go get Kevin Durant. Because if Kevin Durant is a Maverick, that's it. Put him in the finals.
Put him in the finals?
Put him in it depends on what they give up. You're going to have to give up Dorian Finney-Smith. You're trying to give up Christian Wood. You can't trade Christian Wood. You just trade anymore. Like, I don't know what that
Which is why I don't think you guys don't really can. Christian Wood would be y'all's best. Let me tell you something. Y'all might have to trade Luka Doncic.
Shit. I would go right back to Philadelphia. Ain't no way. You trade Luka, I'm out of here, man. I ain't watching that foolishness. Like we got lucky, right? Like we had Dirk, and then Luka came in. They played a year together, and now we're back. Like, dog, I ain't sitting through no rebuild because Mark Cuban ain't rebuilding nothing. He got lucky with Luka.
Yo, do you so you're telling me if they were to trade Luka Doncic, you would go back, you would renounce your fandom from the Mavericks?
Yep. I'd go right back to Philadelphia.
Yo, honestly, I kind of want them to trade Luka now. I just want to see it. Like I just want to see if a franchise could mess up that badly. I don't know. I mean, I've seen a team send four first-round picks or whatever for Russell Westbrook, and now a year later they're like scrambling trying to get this guy off the roster. So the NBA is fickle.
It is very fickle. But to college football, so the landscape is changing in a way that we may never come back from. So recap: Texas and Oklahoma are now in the SEC. They play there starting this year. They left the Big 12. And then recently it was announced that USC and UCLA are going to be joining the Big 10.
That's right.
Yeah, so college football, the landscape is changing. People are joining the Big 10, they're joining the SEC, and it's going to get real spooky for some folks. So D, what are your thoughts as we move forward with college football? Like, what does this mean?
The ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12. Y'all had a chance, and y'all saw this coming. And the Big 10 and the SEC tried to tell y'all, and y'all didn't even have an agreement in writing. Y'all had a gentleman's agreement. The sweet sport of college athletics, they never gonna be the same. It's a money grab now. They see the bread. They see these NIL deals. Yo, y'all thought the schools are about to just keep seeing these NIL deals and didn't think the price of the brick was going to go up in some way, shape, or form?
Yep.
Come on. This is what y'all wanted. The NCAA said this is what y'all wanted. Y'all want these kids to get paid. Okay. Let's make it a money business then. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is what's happening to our sweet beloved college athletics. I'm not complaining because I want all these athletes to get paid. To the question on UCLA and USC to the Big 10, ooh, brother. First off, logistically, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. Yo, shout out to the poor kids from UCLA. They got to travel to Wisconsin during a November game. They're going to be very upset with themselves, their coaches. They're not going to be happy, and I can guarantee you that'll probably be their lowest output on offense that day. Or when the kids from USC had to travel to Ohio State for a mid-November game. You're about to get your boots smoked for what reason?
And then 2 weeks later, you got to fly back and go play Michigan State. Good luck. Good luck.
I will say for the other teams in the Big 10, they're probably like, yo, we get to go to LA? Turn me up.
Rutgers is really excited to travel to LA.
Oh man, yo, you know Rutgers, they know they out there to get they boot smoke. They hitting the club that night. They trying to find anything. And yo, imagine you got to fly from New Jersey to LA for a football game.
To get beat, to get your ass kicked, like a game you got no chance of winning.
Now, what we don't talk about are the other sports. So you talk about your basketball, when you start talking about your tennis, your soccers, your swimmings, your wrestling, swimming and diving, track and field, softball, baseball. Logistically, it's not the same, and I don't know. What I do think will happen though is similarly to how some of these I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to think through how they might do it, and I still don't know.
For me, this is years of this disrespected in the Big 12 and the Pac-12, and deservedly so, because they didn't have any teams that teams in the playoffs.
From the college football playoff,
yeah, they got smoked. Washington got in, smoked. Oregon got in, I think got in here, smoked. And whenever you had the Big 12 in there, I think Baker Mayfield made it, Oklahoma, smoked. So, I think it has something to do with it. At the same time, I think we're one step closer for these conferences to completely get the NCAA out of here. And like, we don't need to. What are you here for? What do you do?
Start their own networks.
Yeah, I think we're getting real close to a time where the NCAA may become obsolete.
Well, it's funny. It's funny because I think it's hard for me to say they're going to become obsolete because of all the resources and stuff that they provide to a lot of these universities and a lot of the resources they provide for all sports, whether it's revenue or not. And I think there's such a disparity between revenue in between universities and between states. So I don't know if the NCAA will be fully cut out, but I do think there'll come a day where these schools are going to force the NCAA to revisit some of their contractual work, and I think we could, maybe in the next 5 or 10 years, see a serious lockout.
I could see that too. Let's hit some of these quick hitters. Money in the Bank.
Hitters, let's go.
Was it Saturday or was it Sunday?
That was Saturday. I think
Theory wins the men's Money in the Bank. What do you think? Same.
Vince, come on now, Vince. Or Stephanie. Triple H. What are we doing here?
They giving him a John Cena push. He's John Cena. He's not Brock Lesnar.
And don't hype up the Theory versus John Cena if y'all just gonna do the little. They're not doing that with that, man.
But you know what's gonna happen? Theory's gonna cash in a SummerSlam. He's gonna win the championship, and then he and John Cena are gonna have it at WrestleMania, and John's gonna win 16 over Theory.
I'm not upset with that. Where's the next WrestleMania in LA?
Is it LA or New York? Let's see. I think it is LA. The 39th WrestleMania will be held SoFi Stadium. Yes.
LA, hold on now.
Yes, it is in LA.
I might need to be there. See what's really Gucci.
So yeah, I think anyone with any sort of line of sight, yes, Theory's going to catch in at SummerSlam or at the Rumble. He's going to have the belt walking into Mania, and John's going to win. I mean, John said it when he was doing the celebration. He's like, "I'm not done wrestling. I'm just not wrestling right now."
Yeah. Then he said his next match wouldn't just be one match; it'll be a few matches.
Like, John will win the belt at WrestleMania. He'll probably keep it till SummerSlam.
And then maybe it'll be John versus Roman Reigns, like part 2.
I don't want to see that shit, man. I don't want to see that.
Yo, how about the women's Money in the Bank? Liv Morgan won the women's Money in the Bank, and then later she cashed it in on Ronda Rousey.
Glad Rhonda's out the paint. She doesn't. Like she's so bad. Like she hasn't put on a match in
smoke.
3 years.
You can't feel this way about Ronda Rousey for real.
I can and I do. She's not good, and they need to stop. Like she's like in the Brock Lesnar camp, but at least Brock Lesnar is strong. Right? Like stop giving him the belt. You don't need the belt. They don't need to be in a wrestling ring. Put him out back.
Not out back.
Dog, I'm so sick of Brock. I'm so sick of Ronda. But
Brock,
anyway, Liv
Brock wrestling for the
belt. Dog, I don't need to see Brock and Roman again. Like if you're gonna put Roman over and have him beat Brock, then do not have Brock come back 3 months later to challenge him for the belt. That doesn't make sense.
You got to get the rematch in, man.
No, we don't. We don't need to see it. But that's me. What do you think about it?
Yo, Liv.
Don't do this.
Take the reins and do what you do.
Okay.
Just know you're going to have the rematch with Ronda and SummerSlam. We already know.
We don't want that. You know what we want? We want Becky Lynch versus Liv. We want Vince to get his head out of his ass and bring Sasha back and Naomi because that's what the streets need.
Now you're asking for a lot from my guy Vince.
Yeah. Did you see did you see the joint? The news came out about Vince stepping back because of this, the sexual harassment, the sexual case. He goes on Raw. Or was it SmackDown?
It was SmackDown days later. He had the walking and all.
And then
you know what that tells me?
What does that tell you?
He Teflon. Vince said he Teflon. Do something about it.
And that also tells me he did that shit. Like whatever he accused of, he did that. He did that.
Vince like, yeah, I did it. So what? He let y'all know he Teflon.
Yo, Vince said that's not the first wrestler I've slept with. It ain't gonna be the last. With it.
Hey, there's a reason why you stopped seeing Linda McMahon in all the storylines, man. I'm gonna keep it at that. Yo, you see this new Giannis movie? Keep it a bean with me.
So it was on at the barbershop when I went. For those who asked, yes, I did go to the barbershop beard trim because I don't want to hear that shit. And I was in there for about 30, 45 minutes. I was like, what is this?
Yo, what are they doing to your head for 30 to 45 minutes? I'm looking at your head and I see a bald head. So you tell me what you need 30 minutes.
So I go get my beard trimmed. It takes 15, 20 minutes for that. My cousin was after me, so I stayed and I talked to him for a couple minutes and it was still on.
Okay.
So I was there for like 35 minutes. And it was on. And I was like,
have some shame, my brother. No, I ain't seen it. No, and I don't.
Okay. I mean, I have no problem watching it.
You know what? I'm not going to say I'm not going to watch it. Let's just say maybe not right now. I will get around to seeing it.
Have you watched Miss Marvel?
I haven't gotten around. Have you seen Miss Marvel?
Yes, Miss Marvel is 40 times better than Moon Knight.
It's 40 times better than what?
Moon Knight. Moon Knight was like some ass.
I gotta check out Moon Knight. All right, I'll give Miss Marvel.
Do not waste your time on Moon Knight. Moon Knight is ass. Ass.
It's bad.
It's
2 out of 10. 2 out of 10.
0.5 out of 10.
Lord have mercy. So what do you think this new Thor movie is going to be then?
Fire. I'm going to see it next Friday. Because I'm scared to go to the movie theater because everybody gets shot. So I'm going to see it next week.
All right, man. I'm excited for his new Thor movie. I think similar to you, I'll probably stay completely off of social media, like from when it comes out until I see it. That way no one can ruin it. But I got to go see that. Got to go see that.
Have you seen?
All right, go ahead.
This is my last question before we get straight. Have you watched Stranger Things yet?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel I can't watch Stranger Things. I think I have a bias against them. Every time I consider it, something in me tells me no, because why are these grown ass adults playing these kids in high school? Where the fuck are y'all's parents? This shit's weird. I just can't. I just can't. I don't know. I can't do it.
Okay, never mind then.
It sounds like, but I've heard some decent things about it. Like I'm clearly in the minority, but when I found out those kids aren't kids who play that, when I found out those kids aren't kids who play those characters, I said, "Oh, so you got some grown ass people playing kids? Nah, this shit's kind of weird."
It happens all the time. Drake's album, is it still good to you?
Yeah. And let me tell you something. If you don't like it, then what you need to do is go on vacation, get you one of the little drinks, or get you a cocktail, preferably maybe one with an umbrella or a piece of fruit in it. Maybe you got some beautiful women or people around you, and let some of that rock. Yeah. Text go green, it's a little different, don't it?
So I didn't like it. I stopped at song 10.
You ain't you was in Aruba and didn't. Now you ain't play this in Aruba. That's what you needed.
It wasn't out when I was in Aruba.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem. Had you heard this in Aruba, you would have been saying something different.
But I enjoyed it my soul. That's
you hearing it. I know where you're hearing it at. I know what state you're hearing it at. It ain't the same. You gotta hear it. You gotta hear it in Aruba.
I'll give it another try.
Jamie said, "Kids show. It's a kids show's villain is not a bad show if you got kids. Kid show villains is not a bad show if you got kids." I don't know about that, Jamie.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, Kyle's, yeah. Hello, Kyle. By the way, I'm pretty sure most team drivers have adults playing teams.
Okay, well, we can look at it if we want to compare. You can say something like a Euphoria. Yeah, those are adults playing kids, but the subject matter doesn't involve weird ass fucking aliens. That's real shit that they cover. So they covering the reality of aliens. What they is. What we is. Ain't that what Young Miami said? Yeah, what they is.
They're from another dimension, but they're not from space. They're not aliens.
Let me ask them, does anyone at any point in the show, do they ever gain feelings for any type of aliens?
No.
All right.
Well, yeah, they're not figures in human form. Like these are demons, not demons. Like it's sci-fi. So they're from another dimension. No one falls in love with anyone. Demi-dogs and mind flayers and really cool.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, okay. Jamie said the Drake album is so laid back, but need those drinks to enjoy it. Hey, Jamie, you need a few drinks, maybe a couple baddies, a couple mean in your section. Bamji said that album is booty. Bamji, you just got married, man. Played it. You supposed to play this at your honeymoon. Jamie also said, imagine if aliens came to Earth and we got to explain all these movies that we made about killing them. Let me tell you something, Jamie. I'm gonna take it one step down. Imagine animals start banding together and they start watching some of the dumbass movies we done made about fucking animals. Oh, y'all really thought a gigantic ass ape was just swinging around countries like this? Watch this. We ain't even got no gigantic apes. We got regular apes that just beat the hell out of y'all because y'all are dummies who think y'all can fight gorillas. Oh, brother.
Yo, you getting real close to Kyrie conspiracy theory territory. Like you getting real close. Animals banding.
You guys keep tigers as pets. Here, we got some for you and trap your ass in the cage with one of them. Let's see who. Oh, brother. Oh, brother, you guys
wow,
go
Jamie
out.
dropping bars.
Yo, and thank you, Jamie. Speaking of which, people leave whales alone. I don't know how many of y'all leave whales and sharks. Who leave whales and sharks alone? Y'all think about how the arrogance of humans to go into the shark's native land, capture them, then set them free. Yo,
Now replace sharks with black people. What does that sound like?
America. Fucking America. Now that Drake album is still good money. Let me tell you something. Lions don't know whales exist, and the whales don't know that the Detroit Lions exist. So it's all the same thing. Be mind blowing. Be mind blowing.
Do you work and people find you?
Yo, make sure you're finding me at Flat Earth Theories. No, I'm playing. Make sure you follow me at LosDMix. That's LosDeemix on IG, on Twitter. Make sure you follow Speak On It _pod. Keep up with the pod. You know, I'm slowly getting moved in. So slowly, I think the next background you'll see will be the one that you'll be seeing for a while as I kind of work through it. So appreciate everyone for the patience. We're gonna be back on this weekly grind. We figuring it out. Danny, let them know where people can find you, man.
You can find me on the Bird at MadAds14. I've been on a roll lately. I've been tweeting some heat, and the streets aren't feeling it, and it's very disappointing. I've been in the rhythm.
KD been tweeting some heat too.
Well, he's more important than me, so I understand.
Yo, people, make sure you follow the pod at Speak On It _pod. Really appreciate the patience and the support and the chat activity. If you're hearing this after the live video, make sure y'all let us know what you're thinking of the episode, whether it's via Apple or Spotify comments or tweeting us. You know, y'all know where to find us. But we here.
Be
We out.
nice. Don't tweet us with foolishness. Don't be rude. We work really hard at this.
No. Yeah, well, yeah, that. What he said, echo. But tweet me with some foolishness, and I'm tweeting you the fuck back with some fucking foolishness. So let's fucking play these games. You want to play these games?
Y'all be blessed. We out. Peace.
Oh my goodness.